and welcome on back to Baseless Claims, our casual conversational comedy podcast. My name is Tay.
My name is Tori.
My name is Tyler, Cush man with the 420 plan.
Hell yeah.
Matheson.
Hell yeah. Fucking blaze it up, my dude. What are you cooking for us today?
Yeah.
What are you whipping up in that sweet bud kitchen?
Well, the Bud Kitchen was properly rated. I'll tell you that much.
Hell yeah.
By
whom?
your boy here,
Oh, hell yeah.
because boy oh boy was it a weed packed week, man. I was in it. I was smoking.
Was this like
that herbage.
you got held up by like a bunch of drug dealers and they were holding you hostage around it, or was this you took someone and had them hostage in your bud kitchen?
Well, I took myself hostage in my Bud Kitchen because I road tripped to a legal state, and you literally can't prove otherwise, so don't even try that.
Okay. I will track your movements, but continue.
Yep.
Yeah,
Your
I was in a
phone
legal
does
state,
track your GPS location, so
whatever. I was in one of the legal states. I think one's close by.
I saw your
Illinois?
Bitmoji on Snapchat, Tyler, and you definitely were in Wyoming, and it's not legal there.
If you were anywhere near Illinois, though, I guess we could make the case.
Yeah, that's where I was. That's the state. That's that good state that I was in, where it is a legal endeavor in which I departed on. So what happened was the worst mistake of my life. Well, not the worst mistake of my life, but it's just me being a big dumb
you
idiot.
fucked up quite a few times in your day, bud. But.
Yeah, I suppose I got a lot to atone for when I get to those pearly gates, and he just kind of looks at me and he's like, "What are you even doing in line, bud?"
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Let's the scroll drop and roll across the floor.
Yeah, I was gonna say that you're pretty bold in assuming you'd even make it up to the pearly gates to begin with.
Well, you can get in line.
I feel like they pre-screen for that, and if you're really bad, they just don't even give you the fucking chance.
Well, my dad's got money, so I got VIP tickets.
They go in line and they pass out iPads and stuff. You have to like sign your name, and it'll kind of do a background check on you.
This is future heaven.
2020 heaven we're talking
They're
about.
really efficient. It's like a Chick-fil-A in there. It's so nice.
No, well, yeah, I guess in this case that works.
Again, it does work because that was years ago heaven. This heaven, it's a modern heaven now.
They're
The
hipping
modern
with it
heaven
now.
has a rainbow flag.
It's a more progressive heaven.
Yeah, it's a New Testament heaven. Chick-fil-A is the New Testament heaven, and I'll just say that on the podcast. But anyway, I partook in some of the legal amounts of ganja that are legal in what state did we say?
Illinois?
New York.
Yep, both of them. I went to both. Well, here's the thing is I simultaneously existed in both because I bypassed the fourth dimension, folks. I went straight into the fifth dimension. The
Yeah,
fourth
you pulled
dimension,
a real McConaughey on that, and you were like sitting there banging on the inside of the Tesseract, and you were
well,
just
the
like,
Tesseract is in the fourth dimension, and Tori, that's old news. I skipped that. I went straight into the fifth dimension.
okay.
What is the fifth dimension there?
The fifth dimension is when you're watching The Shining and you thoroughly believe that Stanley Kubrick is shining with you while you're watching The Shining. It was all created for me to watch in the future so he could communicate with me and send his message. Well, it was a conversation. He's not dead. He's in the fifth dimension. It's hard to explain how the fifth dimension works to you guys because, it's kind of like you can't really explain it to a three-dimensional being.
Okay, so quick question. Were you in the
Yeah.
fifth dimension before or after sparking up that good green stuff?
It was the portal to the fifth dimension.
I also really like the part in Stanley Kubrick's The Shining where one of the characters, played by Jack Nicholson, looks in the camera and goes, "Tyler Matheson, this was made for you and you alone."
Well, no,
That's my favorite part of The Shining.
I don't know why you're trying to make jokes about this because the fifth dimension is real and your human brain physically can't comprehend it.
Isn't it kind of fucked up that shadows in the fourth dimension are three-dimensional?
Whoa.
Yeah.
So Tyler,
That's a three-dimensional thought. The fifth again, I it's not in a language you would understand that I can explain fifth-dimensional thoughts. But no, it wasn't. It was all communicating. It was the setting. It was the acting. It's every act of it every single piece of detail is what communicates to you in the fifth dimension. It's not just words. It's everything, and it's just so hard to explain. But
Yeah, you could just explain it like it's Rick and Morty. You have to be really smart to get it.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
have
it's
to
a
have a
lot
really
like
high
that.
IQ. Got
I
it,
get
got
it.
it.
I get it now. I mean, again, Rick and Morty is just 3-dimensional, but for you guys, yeah, it might be really smart, but for me, it's like it's like not even being alive. It's like
Talk to us
infant
about
thoughts.
this weed, T.
Well, it was that good green herbage, the kind that you smoke, and you're like, hey, I don't really want to have a panic attack, and then your brain is like, yeah, but you're already having one. And how long has it been? Has it been 20 minutes or 20 seconds? Who knows? We're in it together now, bitch.
Were you high yesterday? Probably.
Have you
Have you
always
ever not
been high?
I don't know.
You'll never not be this high, and everyone will know forever.
How long is it going to last? Does everyone know that you're high? They're looking at you pretty funny. Maybe they're fifth dimensional talking to you, and you just don't know it because you're not quite at the peak yet. But you'll
Oh, God.
get there.
Oh,
Also,
fuck. They're in the 6th dimension. They're leaving you behind.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Here's the thing about the fifth dimension is that everyone's like, oh, when we reach the singularity and everything. In the fifth dimension, that's already gone. Like, I mean, that's old news. We did that in the fifth dimension. It's just kind of like, it's kind of like creating the wheel. It's like so long ago that no one even thinks about it.
Uh-huh.
Like everything that you guys might think is like a really big achievement is like kind of gone.
Yeah.
But anyway, the fifth dimension, it's pretty sick. They have water slides that are just data streams that you can just kind of cruise down. Because there is no water, you don't need any tangible food or drink. You survive off of data.
If you engage in water sports with an android, is that data stream?
Can you put a rim shot in there?
Come on, I'm just trying to be funny, you guys. This is a comedy podcast.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a comedy podcast.
You nailed it. Tay,
Yeah.
you nailed it. I'm so proud of you, Tay.
Well, now this is the world's only. Hold on, this will really shoot us up in the charts. This is the world's only fifth dimension comedy podcast.
Wow. Damn. So we've done it from a tornado. Now we're in the 5th dimension, just data surfing.
Yeah, we're data surfing in the fifth dimension. Tell your friends. I mean, they might not understand it, but they can come along and maybe they'll get caught up eventually. Like they might hit the 4th dimension in 20 years and then in another 200 get to the 5th.
Right.
But-
And just because they can't understand it doesn't mean they can't enjoy it. It's just so much stimulation all at once that they have to kind of process it in chunks. But it's all good.
Everything is so carefully chosen that this is the only podcast fifth dimensional beings can listen to, and they understand because we're all speaking right now in fifth dimension code.
Yeah. And
All you
so
got to
it's
do
being
is
translated.
smoke some of that sweet green ganj to unlock it, and then you'll
Right,
notice.
right. You spark
Got
up a little
it,
bit of
got
that
it.
stuff that hits you right, and it is like one of those like Google Translate kind of things. Like it just filters it for you, and all of a sudden
Oh,
you
I
get
see
it.
what
You
you're saying.
understand it, and without even knowing, you've software updated.
Yeah,
Exactly.
The fifth dimension,
That's
baby.
what the fifth dimension is. It's a software update for humans. Although you do leave your physical form behind because you start
Well,
wondering,
obviously.
am I outside of my body? Is my body real? Can I move my body? Wow, moving my body feels strange. I don't like that. I feel like I'm carrying dead weight. Is it dead weight? Is my brain the only thing that's alive and I'm just moving a meat sack? Hey, remember that panic attack you didn't want? How long has it been now?
Here's what I can't tell: are we endorsing weed or saying you should probably not?
Oh, we're heavy supporters in legal states. But in not legal states, we support the war on drugs.
I guess what my message would be is your mileage may vary, but it's a pretty sick car.
Yeah,
like that.
It's
I'll go
up
with
to
that.
you how much mileage you get out of it, but it is fucking sick. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Decidedly, it's the coolest thing you can do.
It's like driving a Corvette on the Autobahn. How comfortable are you going to push down on their accelerator when you have no limit?
The limit is up to you.
Yeah, for
honestly.
real.
I think the limit is probably actually the 5th dimension.
Don't eat the whole cookie. Eat a quarter of the cookie. Don't eat the whole cookie because then you're going 7th dimension and I don't know what's there. I legally can't keep you safe there because I don't know.
So, I did try to ascend to the 5th dimension one time, but I feel like if you miss the window, you kind of tumble past the 5th dimension, but not into the 6th dimension. You get stuck between dimensions, and that's just a fucking timeless, spaceless hellscape.
Yeah, then you're watching someone play Madden 15 for like 6 hours. You don't know how long it's been, and you're like cheering on the players like they're actually real. Like, yeah, great pass. Wait, is this a video game or is this in real life or am I watching a TV? Where am I?
You go to the bathroom, you're like, when did I paint my face in the team colors? Holy shit.
No, you're hyper aware that you painted your face the team colors, but you literally have no idea when it happened.
So when I slipped into my semi-dimensional state, what had happened was I sat down on my beanbag chair and turned on the TV, and then I just kind of like laid back to get comfortable, and then my eyes shut, but my brain didn't stop. So when people like walked into the room, they'd be like, "Hey, how you doing, bud?" And I'd just be like, "I'm not okay." They just kind of had to leave me there.
Yeah, well, one time when your boy, Tori, rolled up some of that, it was sticky as hell. I'll be honest, it was really sticky. And
Hey, Tori, was it that good green sticky icky or was it CBD?
It was that good, it's really good sticky icky marijuana weed. And boy, I knew exactly where to go buy it and who to ask when I wanted to get it. And I bought a big amount, probably 30, is that 40?
Oh, dude, that's a lot.
$40 worth or like 40 like bags? 40
weeds?
I was in the 5th dimension, baby. Who knows what those numbers mean? But I inhaled
Wait,
that
how were
smoke.
you? Wait, you were already high when you bought it?
When am I not? You know me, Tyler. You've known me for a long time. When have you ever seen me not high on that stuff?
Never.
And I was
That's the
loving
thing.
it. I'll be honest, loving it a lot.
Tori,
Yeah.
how loud was this weed that you got?
You can't put it
Deafening.
into decibels. I'll be honest. It was that was some 5th dimension shit. That's also how I was going to describe it. Tyler, but you kind of beat me to that one. Yeah, I was riding on data.
I know exactly. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
So that was fun. That was really fun, and I loved it. And I do it every day because I love it so much.
Your personal hero is fucking Snoop Dogg, right?
Love him. Yeah, I smoked him under the table.
Oh, did you really? Wild.
Yeah, me and Snoop Dogg were going bong for bong, and I fucking put him out.
You ripped his ass.
And then I drank the water and pissed it on him. Did I go? I mean, like, in hindsight, I golden showered Snoop Dogg, but I was I was on that.
Hey,
next
you know
wave,
what? It happens when you're in the 5th dimension. 5th dimensional
happens when
beings,
you're there.
they don't need to
Yep.
forgive because forgiveness is built in the 5th dimension.
It's not talked about a lot because of how exclusive the 5th dimension is, but Snoop Dogg is the ambassador from the 5th dimension to our 3rd dimension.
Yeah, and he wasn't mad about it because there is like an emotional fair exchange that goes on when you're both in the 5th dimension like that. So that's my really cool weed story.
Here's what I'll say about whether this 5th dimensional podcast is pro or anti. I will say watching The Shining is a very pro experience. It's a primo shit that you know what? It's your choice if you want to hop on, know your limits, hop on that dragon and see where it takes you. Do it safely. Do it with friends so someone knows what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that they can
do it with friends.
assure you that you're okay and you're not going to die.
Especially for the first time. Holy
Especially
shit.
for the first time. The other side of that, though, is that I got way too cocky and I was like, oh, yeah, me, I'm still in Illinois and I'm one of those ganj heads that the people talk about. Mm-hmm. So when someone was like, hey, you want to hit this dab pen? I was like,
oh, you fucked up.
I was like,
fucked up.
yeah, I do because I am
not a
the
pussy.
420 man with a cush money plan. And what I didn't realize is I was on a boat and I would be in hell for what felt like the next 38 hours.
God.
Because let me tell you, hitting that pen and then being on a boat is the worst thing imaginable because you're hyper aware of every movement and you're not moving, the water's moving you. So you're like, am I even in control of my own body? And then I was like, maybe I'll go in the water, try and solve that. Let me tell you, don't do that.
No, it's not an aquatic drug.
I thought I was going to drown. I was like, I don't remember how to swim. I forgot. And my body is not going into autopilot.
That's so fucking spooky.
Your body's not in like the fight or flight, save your life response. It's just kind of like, hey man,
Hey man, let's just chill in here. Maybe fifth dimensional beings can breathe water. You ever give that a thought? And then my body tried to suck me to the abyss.
how long have you been in this panic attack? Oh, and now you're wet too.
That was the worst part about it, is that being wet feels wet. I don't like the feeling on my skin. Am I having a panic attack?
Yes.
How long has it
you
been?
Are. It's only been 2 seconds. Or has it
Oh,
been
no.
2 minutes?
6 hours left, buddy.
We'll never tell.
The ride back on that boat was like the worst shit imaginable. It was simultaneously fucked up in the most exhilarating way.
Like a
I
roller
like,
coaster.
Was it all people that were good to be around in that state, or was there some people there that you didn't want to be around in that state?
it was all people I didn't want to be around in.
Oh, that's
It
That's
was
fun.
it was a really bad idea.
yeah.
It really sucked when you had to tell your dad to slow the boat down.
Yo, Dad, I'm gonna be honest, I'm fucked up right now.
He looks back and he's like, "Me too, son."
And your mom is just like, just drive the boat, honey.
That's funny, Tay. His parents got divorced.
Yeah, Tay.
Yeah.
I wish my parents could be on a boat together, but they can't because my dad killed my mom on a boat in 1998.
Allegedly. I'm still kind of pulling for your dad to make it out of this legal battle.
It's been like 20 years.
It's not that I
Yeah.
don't think he did a bad thing. It's that he's so goddamn charming. He's just so likable. I want him to get out on the other side. It's like
I'm just-
Dexter.
Yeah, I'm just really hoping that the gloves that they found as evidence just don't fit him, because that'll just clear the case right away.
Yeah, there's precedence.
I do love the idea, though, of being like, hey, Dad, I don't know how chill you are with this, but I am hella fucked up right now. Like, Dad, you ever heard of the fifth dimension? Let me walk you through it real quick.
Let me grab my hand and join me.
Yeah, do you have a whiteboard? This could really benefit.
This could take
from
a
some
while.
Diagrams.
Eat half this cookie and then hit this dab pen, please. Join me. Let me show you. We have unicorns here and we ride them.
But that's the against side, is know your limit. Don't be stupid. Do
Yeah.
it where you're comfortable.
buddy system.
And
Don't be wet with your dad on a boat.
exactly. That's the main lesson. And the other main lesson is that the war on drugs was made to imprison people at a higher rate, specifically black people. It was started by the Nixon administration and then reignited by the Reagan administration. So don't believe that drug addicts are bad people.
Now, Tyler, that's actually an interesting transition point for my topic, which is that, Tyler, Tay, I'm very proud to announce this to both you guys and the world that Baseless Claims, this very podcast that you're listening to, has breached the top 100 in Apple Podcast comedy
No shit, really?
in Kazakhstan.
We do need to add that disclaimer.
That's
We do need to add the
insane!
disclaimer that it was, but for a week, or not a week, but like a couple day span, we were number like 67 in comedy.
So close.
Top comedy podcast.
We got up to 51, dog.
Oh, okay. We got up to 51 in comedy
We were
podcast in Kazakhstan.
We were almost in the top 50.
yeah,
In Kazakhstan. You
That's
do need
insane.
to
Legally-
that is a
legally
big
do need to
asterisk on this
add-
entire thing.
Who
In
gives a
Kazakhstan.
shit? To our Kazakhstan listeners, what's up? I don't know how to speak Arabic, but thanks for coming in.
Okay, well, one, they don't speak Arabic; they speak Russian or Kazakh, so that's very cool.
What, really? I thought Kazakhstan was closer to like Afghanistan and stuff.
Well, that
or-
says more about your beliefs,
Well,
doesn't
Tay,
it?
maybe if
Doesn't
you
it,
didn't
Tay?
know, you shouldn't have said it.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm sorry. Well, we're never gonna get featured in the Kazakhstan
Salemets
top
is
100
B.
anymore.
I mean, let me just like you guys just you talk about how that makes you feel for a second, because I want to see where we're charting right this second.
You know when that meme was happening where they would use Pitbull and it was Mr. Worldwide for like really mundane shit? That's how I feel about it.
You're Mr. Worldwide. This podcast is a fifth dimensional podcast that is simultaneously worldwide. We do exist in all dimensions. For
Can
your
we say
listening pleasure.
Mr. Worlds Wide?
Mr. Dimensional Rift Wide.
That's it, pretty much.
Well, can we use our influence in Kazakhstan to spread to other I'd like to be the top comedy podcast in Russia. I don't know what comedy is allowed
I think
there.
that's obviously a much bigger market.
Yeah.
And like maybe then we can pick up some like vodka sponsors or something like that. They're going to send it over.
No, they're going to send a KGB agent over to your house and fucking murder you.
Yeah, that or they
that's
would
for
have to
sure.
censor our content heavily, and I'd probably just be off the show if we're being honest. They would probably replace me with some KGB agent, but like try to play it
We
off
would
like
never,
nothing had happened.
yeah,
So,
we
like,
would never say
hello,
anything.
My name
and
is
welcome
Peg.
back to Casual Comedy Baseless Claims. My name
They
is...
do love the CCCP thing. They do love that.
Please tell me about your weed experience, Tyler.
Band name, I call it.
You know what? Honestly, let's get Russian Tay. Can we get
my
Russian
side
Tay?
just cramped up. Okay, we are currently charting at number 121 under Apple Podcasts in Kazakhstan.
Ah, damn, we lost it.
It's the only place we've ever tried. Hey, we're still charting. If you go too low, it doesn't tell you you're charting anymore. I think you have to be in the top 200 or you're not even charting at all.
So we are trending. We're
So
charting.
we're trending
viral.
in Kazakhstan.
Is this
we're
what people
big
mean?
up there.
We're viral.
We're
did it.
We're, yeah, hell yeah, we are. We're super viral. And here's the weird thing: our numbers don't reflect virality. So I wonder.
Yeah, it was just 4 households that listened to us.
Yeah, like one guy told his friend, he's like, "Very funny. Listen."
The part...
The part where they say band name, I call it. I love that. It's so funny.
It's my new favorite bit.
They talk about Smart House. Very great film.
I hope they bring that segment back.
Is there like an embargo on like media in Kazakhstan? I wonder, because maybe Smart House is like one of the only films that's like legal to stream.
And people were super into last episode. They loved it.
Yeah, they were just so into. They were like, "Hey, everyone, listen to this." Here's the thing: is that Joe Rogan's just popular everywhere, isn't he?
Yeah, we've already just. It's his big, beautiful head.
That fucking bastard. He didn't even talk about Smart House.
He hasn't been brave enough to chart those waters.
Ivan, come listen to this bit. They talk about grocery store, but it's only about rotisserie chicken.
So funny.
It's my new
it.
favorite segment. I hope it continues forever.
So glad they dropped the album review. Didn't like that.
Didn't like that. That was bad idea. They needed to get rid of that.
They said it was like hipster book club. Well, hipsters are bad, and so was that segment.
This one of the hosts. He has 2 audio degree.
I love that. I love that. Very
I love
smart.
that guy.
Very smart.
The names they all start with T. Very confusing.
I don't know if they have Russian accents.
It's funnier if I do it. And
Yeah,
it's the
they do. They
I
do for
can't-
the bit.
And I feel like if I try and do a Kazakh accent, which is adjacent to Russian, it then hits a territory where I don't feel comfortable going.
No,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
all that accent would be is my wife.
Yeah, that's true. There is an entire movie that is my worldview of Kazakhstan, and it is the great film Borat starring Sacha Baron Cohen.
Which is wildly like, I don't know if it's accurate or not, because that, again, that's my literal only worldview of Kazakhstan.
I didn't know, and this is true. I didn't know when I saw Borat that Kazakhstan was a real place. I did have to look that up, post credit roll.
Ivan, they brought up our country in the podcast. It's great. They'll never know I'm Omnic.
Boris, come here. We have to get them higher on the charts. Boris.
No, we have to get them higher, 6th dimension, higher.
But
Dab
how
pen.
do we
Let's
how
go.
do we
2
take
hits.
Kazakhstan and then branch that out to the rest of the world where we get Baseless Claims charting in that comedy section?
I feel like we have to do like non-offensive, regionally specific humor, so that
Here's the thing: is that it's we're very non-offensive.
yeah, for sure. It's just we have to kind of like specify some jokes sometimes, so that small clip gets shared around in that country that we're bringing
So that people
light to.
are you saying so people, if we wanted to say chart in England, they're like, oh, you have to listen to this podcast. I'll show you a small bit here. It's sort of where they say a joke and then they explain it a little bit, and it's great. You're gonna love it. You absolutely have to listen to Baseless Claims.
They
Please.
explain the region it comes from. I love it.
Yeah, just like that. So, if someone in fucking Brazil is listening to our podcast, it's just like, hey, buddy, I found a podcast and they make fun of Jesus a bunch, so you should listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we do that.
We could do like some episodic globetrotting where we do make it specific per episode. Where,
I like
this
that.
is who we're trying to target.
That's
right
a
now.
lot of work and a lot of research for us to do to like try and get so involved in a culture that we understand its humor.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
We barely prepare for this as is.
That's true. That's true. I don't think I've written down a topic in weeks. So
What if we create an inside joke and only allow people from certain countries to use it? Otherwise, we sue them because we are
but Tay, that's one of the issues that's like such a barrier to entry for Baseless Claims is that it is a podcast made up of just inside jokes. It's like the band name I call it, liquor store reviews, sword watch. Like you have to kind of be in on it.
That's true. But I mean, like,
Hey, wide appeal. Dab pens. Let's make this a weed review podcast. That has wide appeal.
Yeah.
Everyone around the world gets that.
what?
My favorite way to vape is
Oh,
got
dab
nothing.
pens. My audio
I got
freaked
nothing.
out, and I thought you said dad pens.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck
That's-
does that
you
even
know
mean?
what?
No,
That's
he
something.
did. That's actually something better.
That's
I'd
actually
like to-
way better. That's actually
Yeah.
way better. Hold on, merch store. We have pens that we just buy like a stock photo of someone who looks like a dad and we sell them.
And
Yeah.
we just stretch it over the cylinder of the pen so it looks all distorted and shit.
And
Yeah,
then we
yeah.
then we can have like a funny merch, like a T-shirt that says Penn Island.
Oh, I like that too.
You know,
And
it's
then
very
we can
classic,
make-
very funny. Everyone's
we
gonna
can
love
make
it.
we can make silly funny shirts too that have like the pocket on them, and you can put your dad pen in that pocket.
Yeah, and it says dad pen storage.
Yeah. Now we're
Yeah,
thinking.
and the shirt says like bring your dad pen with you everywhere.
And guys, we are going to be making loads of tenges off that, which is Kazakhstan currency, of course,
Ah.
because that's the only people who are going to buy our merch. It's those four-
Ivan, get checkbook. Get checkbook.
They have dad pens now.
Must buy dad pen from funny shapeless people.
This shirt says Penn Island. It's so funny.
Maybe this is best episode. Maybe Swordwatch come later.
Don't
we
count
could do
on
your
it.
dad, and he could be disapprovingly looking at his son who's tripping balls and wet.
Dad, I'm going to need you to be really cool for like the next 30 seconds. I'm going to need you to get over a lot of things.
I know Ronald Reagan was your favorite president, but
But I am fucked beyond belief right now.
And if you drown, like at that point, he's gonna be like, you know, breathing into your mouth and pushing on your lungs, and you're just gonna have so much smoke coming up out of that he's gonna get high trying to give you CPR after
yeah,
your
it'd
bad
be like
swimming
a fog
accident.
machine.
No, it's just water vapor.
Jesus.
Because here's the thing is that it's vapor and water. Did you like that joke? So now it actually is water vapor.
So speaking of cool people who do cool things, I saw a sports car the other day, and you know how we feel about bumper stickers. So this guy should have gotten drone strike like a month ago, but this guy had stickers over his sports car in places that were other than the bumper as well.
What kind of sports car? That's a big factor.
It was a Nissan sports car.
Oh, so a poor man's sports car.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
a
Nissan
sports car in
350Z.
name only. So the first thing that I noticed is on the gas cap of this car, because I pulled in next to the gas station with him and I saw him filling up his cool car.
Did you have to get gas or did you just follow him?
Were you
No,
magnetically
I
attracted?
I had to get
him?
gas, but then I followed him out of the parking lot because he was so cool.
Yeah.
And the sticker on the gas cap lid said "sex juice."
Fuck
nice.
yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Dude, that's the best fucking bumper sticker I've ever seen. Like, what does my car get fueled with? Sex juice, baby.
It gets so much better.
Wait, does that imply that it could imply one of two things. Either he fills his car with cum.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Or
that's the car that Elon needs to be making.
yeah.
Tyler, when you're looking at the ridiculous curves of that Nissan 350Z, and tell me you don't want to put your dick in it in some way, shape, or form. You're either going to put it in the muffler, but he's got gas bags in the muffler because he's a fucking douchebag. So he's going to stick his dick right in that gas cap and fill it with sex
Look,
juice,
I
baby.
will say the Nissan 350Z is dummy thick.
Your fucking description of that car made me pre a little. I got to be honest.
Yeah, dude, it's got curves for days.
So either the car gets filled with cum or he has so much sex in the car that he just claims that, the only reason I'm getting gas is it's sex juice, essentially. It's juice for me to have sex. So
There's
I can
a third
transport.
option that you're not considering, is that this man climaxes with gasoline.
Ouch.
Ooh, yeah, that's a sort of sex juice.
That would bring like a whole new kind of niche to like fire swallowing, though.
Yeah, well, it's like an ethanol-based lubricant.
Sir, I need you to cover yourself up. You're going to be charged with indecent exposure. No, I'm just filling up my car. It's okay.
So what were these other stickers that you're
The other
dying to
most
tell us?
noticeable sticker, there were a couple, but I could only see the sex juice one and then this next one. But I think there were a couple other ones that were just too far out of my eyesight. On the spoiler of this car, because it had a fucking spoiler.
Yeah, it does.
It
It's the
said,
Nissan 350Z.
It said, "I eat ass."
Hell yeah. Fuck
That's
yeah.
it?
That was it.
This guy's literally like one degree away from the like ass, cash, or grass, no one rides for free kind of bumper sticker, and I'm scared that he had that one next day with that look.
No, he passed that level. It's not like that's the next level. He went way above and beyond that. That dude is like trying to tell everyone with like the most non-subtle of hints. He drives a quote-unquote sports car. He's got bumper stickers that literally say, "I have sex."
Yep.
It's like he's trying. It's like you when you were trying to say that, like, yeah, I love all that weed stuff. You know me, I do that all the time.
What do you
That's
mean by
him.
that?
He's like, I love all that sex stuff. Doesn't matter to me what kind it is. I am just so down with the slapping of cheeks.
Just as long as it's with a God-fearing woman.
I mean, honestly, with that, I eat ass. It's really open.
It's a toss-up.
That's-
right there.
He could be
toss.
really inclusive.
Here's the
Toss
thing,
up.
like I eat ass, but only one type. You know what I mean?
What's the type?
Well, that's up-
Rotisserie?
I don't want to tell. I don't want to tell in case someone out there in Kazakhstan has a fantasy and they want me to swing one way or the other. I don't want to put that out there. I don't feel
They made
need.
callback humor to a rotisserie chicken in talking about ass.
Well, that's exactly, yeah.
We have
that's
to bring them up on the chart. So funny.
I'm essentially just trying to see what joke it was that got us that high up on the charts so we can just really keep hammering that every episode.
yeah.
So you're saying a type of ass as if there are different flavors of ass.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Don't phrase it like that, please.
It's sort of like ice cream. You know how there's like chocolate, vanilla,
Okay, no, I
Strawberry.
didn't know.
but like
See,
there's
that could
different
mean
flavors
something
of
very
ass.
different.
What you want to have, it can.
But
be,
it's all soft serve.
It can be thick. It can be thin. It can be fat. It can be fit. That's what I mean. I realize now I shouldn't have said vanilla and chocolate. That was my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
I swear to God, I didn't mean it like that. Holy shit. Hey, I hope I didn't kill the mood on this. Tay, tell us about those bumper stickers. Please, I'm digging my grave right now. Get me out.
That was the only two I really had written down.
Fuck! Damn it!
Suffer, Tori. Suffer.
Damn it!
How long has this panic attack been happening, Tori?
Oh, God, no. No.
Or have you always been having panic attacks?
Stop it.
And now you're just hyper aware of it.
You're lucky that we're in international waters with the podcast.
what I thought we should look at today is, I know everyone was super excited for Sword Watch, but here's the thing: is I'm bringing just the new shit every time now. We're not doing the same thing twice ever again until next time, when I probably will do a Sword Watch.
Ivan, they did not do Sword Watch. I will leave downvote.
I much prefer Joe Rogan. He always do Sword Watch.
One day, Shapeless Boys will be on Joe Rogan, and one day Ivan will be very happy.
This episode, we're starting a one and done segment, or maybe recurring, depending on how the world goes.
Those are completely two opposite things, but go on.
Well, it depends on if the world is still around, because this is the corporate coronavirus update.
Oh. You should
on.
put in like a news bulletin. Yeah, exactly.
Corporate coronavirus update. So, what are the corporations, now that coronavirus in America is officially over, just because we kind of decided, hey, we don't really like
folks,
doing this
Hey,
anymore.
no, America kicked its ass, goddammit. We did better than every other country, because this is the land of the free, home of the brave, and we came out the other side, and now we're just looking back, and man, we are so proud of our... Hold on a second. Yeah. What? Are you serious? Bad news on that. I actually just I talked with my correspondent in the field, and he said that everyone did sort of just get sick of it and stop. So, not
too great.
But,
no, America. This is why I have such a love-hate relationship with America. Is I love just the brazen. Like, I think we all kind of inherited that just from living in America. Just the brazen, just like, what the fuck ever. It's done. There's no danger outside. Like, someone could have been shot outside my door like 2 seconds ago, and the American attitude isn't stay inside. The American attitude is, well, I was going to go get McDonald's, so I'm fucking going still.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm free. Like,
yeah, like you watch the guy get shot, and you just look at the gunman like, what, pussy? You gonna do it to me too? I'm fucking out of here.
Dude, I'm just hungry. Goodbye. But the other side of the hate side of the American attitude is we can have 100,000 plus people die, and we're just like, that's kind of old news. What's new? What's coming up?
Hey,
I can't wait for
Tyler?
concerts.
Hey, Tyler, I hate to remind you that this is a comedy funny haha podcast.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's why I'm talking about the corporate coronavirus update, in which corporations have also just kind of decided, glad that's done, guys. Let's get back to looking at our great products.
I'm John Kmart. Come to my store.
I'm going to start out with, I got 3 companies that I want to look at. We're going to start out with McDonald's. McDonald's.
Good old golden arches.
Now, what I've done is I've taken the transcripts of these commercials, and I'm going to read them to you just to put it in plain words.
You know what? Can I throw a twist on this?
Yeah.
For the next couple, don't tell us what company did it. We have to guess.
And they say it in the name because they have to.
Oh.
Damn it.
McDonald's. This isn't just a McChicken. It might be the first McChicken you've had with someone for a while.
Oh, God.
Kind of just saying, yeah, feel free to get back together again. Have our McChickens.
Probably shouldn't be advertising that, but okay, sure.
Yep.
No, they're just kind of like, you know what? Hey, y'all remember McChickens, right? Which is like, I've had more McChickens in quarantine than I had ever before.
Oh,
I had
dude.
more takeout food in quarantine than I ever have before.
Absolutely.
Yeah, not even close. So like, hey, y'all remember our McChickens? Yeah, I remember them dearly. Hey, this might be the first one you've had with someone in a while. Are you telling me to go get a McChicken with a friend? What the fuck are you doing, McDonald's?
McDonald's, I hate to inform you this, but the only way I've been consuming your product lately is through Uber Eats. So, unless
And
you want me to
also, I ordered McDonald's 5 times. They only got my order correct 1 time.
Hey, that's the McDonald's promise, baby. I love them for it. I love McDonald's for it. It's always kind of like a loot box. It's a surprise. Like, hey, what am I getting this time? I know I put in an order for specific things, but what's going to happen
dude, I
this
got
time?
a McChicken. That's an ultra rare.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa, legendary McChicken.
God, that's such a depressing idea of like the dystopian future.
Oh my
where
God.
you buy
Hold
a
on.
loot
Shit.
box
Holy
food.
shit.
Pause the corporate coronavirus update. McDonald's loot boxes, yes or no?
No, absolutely not.
I mean, kind of yes, though, honestly, because there's so many, like, infinite variations. Like, okay, you ordered a double cheeseburger. Is it going to have bacon? Is it going to have ketchup, no onions,
You're
maybe?
neglecting the fact that they can rig the odds in whatever fucking favor they want. Guess what you're getting 99 times out of 100? A
Small
fucking
fry.
small-ass bag of apple slices, you dipshit, and that's it. You paid $10 for that. You feel good about yourself?
No one feels good about it. I'm just saying, is it likely to happen? Yeah, it absolutely is, but not from McDonald's, from Taco Bell.
They don't call it a loot box. They call it chef's choice. Like, yes, what would the chef like to prepare for me today? And they could just go hog wild on it. Whatever they want to do,
Yeah.
put it in the box. Let's see.
Yeah. Let's let 15-year-old Darren just go buck wild on my sandwich.
And it's not any kind of gambling or anything like that needs regulation because you're still getting a product. It's just you don't know what it is.
But they do have to slap like a sticker that says like, is this legendary? Is this epic? Is this rare? Like, I want to know what the chef's idea of it is.
And they have to publish their odds, too.
Yeah, commons just come in like a cardboard box or whatever, right? Rares come in like a slightly more graphically designed box. Super rares come with like LEDs on the inside, and then everything past that is just like more LEDs and with different colors and shit.
There's a smoke machine in my Happy Meal. It's really dramatic, but I love it. So McDonald's just kind of said like, yeah, fuck it. Go get a McDonald's. Go get a McChicken with someone. It's been too long. Buy our shit. My next favorite was our America's favorite, I should say, Applebee's. Because Applebee's really was just like, fuck it, please come back so we don't go under.
John Appleby was hurting for a squirting after this COVID crisis.
Not even dollar margaritas can save Applebee's at the moment.
So Applebee's has really been trying any kind of content just to see if they can catch anything, because they started uploading ASMR videos that were just different things sizzling on the grill.
What? You don't even hear that when you're in the restaurant.
No, and also they don't actually grill anything in the restaurant. Like, let's be real. Don't try and lie to me.
Yeah, let's have a realistic ASMR of Applebee's real quick. Hold on. Beep 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 beep. Ding.
And that's it. It's just super heated.
Yep.
They did ASMR videos. They got the most views it had on one was 313.
Ouch.
Fucking we beat that. Like,
ouch.
ouch, Applebee's.
Ouch.
Hey, Applebee's, if you want to do a collab with us, go fuck yourself. Fuck you. We don't do collabs with you.
But I would. So let us know. We'll do it. We'll make this a Shapeless Skyrim thing.
Olive Garden, however, if y'all wanted to collab, our door is open.
Always open for the good Olive Garden.
Now, the next thing they tried doing on their YouTube channel was a really poorly made version of like, hey, let's teach you drink recipes. But Tori, remember that camera you had in like 2005 that you were filming videos on?
Yeah.
It looked like that, but probably worse, because they also were doing like pre-rendered like title cards and everything that were just flashing over the screen, and it's like, what are you guys doing? Who is doing
Windows
this?
Movie Maker shit?
Yeah.
Yes,
Hell
legit
yeah. Fuck
Windows
yeah,
Movie
dude.
Maker shit. And it was just like, it was just children. So it's probably like the CFO's kids teaching you how to make drinks.
And instead of going like, I'm gonna pull up my iPhone 11 Pro, he was like, no, I got this old camcorder here. Let me find the charger.
That's
for this,
literally-
plug it in,
This
flip out the
camcorder
screen.
was gifted to me by my dad when I was your age.
He starts
Yeah.
cranking it to try to get it up. Hey, speed.
It was literally camcorder footage with, and when I say kids, I mean children teaching you how to make drinks.
Cocktails?
Children.
Like alcoholic cocktails?
Yes, children.
Nice. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Ivan, I'm going to make comment how that's sort of like that one liquor store review with the children working.
Hey, gotta keep referencing back. See what joke made it.
Maybe they will super like my comment.
And those did even worse. The top one had 138 views.
Ouch.
And it's like, oh, guys, y'all are really struggling, huh?
Yeah, like, how much money did you allocate to advertising and shit like that just to
That's what I
fucking
don't get
plummet?
is they're all like, wow, we're going to get through this together and we're going to do it for our heroes. Are you going to continue to pay your employees? God, no. We're going to spend $3 million on an ad campaign.
Was it a commercial or was it a YouTube channel series?
The ASMR was both.
Okay, all right.
The
Bold
CFO
choice.
kids, that was just a YouTube thing. But it's like, that Applebee's paid him to do that.
Yeah.
They absolutely paid him to do that. When it's like, one of your 16-year-old employees could probably, like, do it way, way, way better. Actually, I guarantee they could do it way, way, way better.
And if they know I tip well, they'll make it way, way, way stronger, too.
I was talking about the videos, but I see you're talking about the drinks.
Oh.
Hey, both work. Both work.
Yeah.
Although it is illegal for them to be making alcoholic beverages.
That's true. Get them, boys.
Get John Applebee's. However, my favorite Applebee's commercial, because this was just a commercial, and the transcript, the only spoken words are this. Welcome back, America. It's great to see you again.
Yikes.
Hey, it's all good now. We all sat at home, and now it's fine. Welcome back. It's good to see
you.
you.
We're family. Is that theirs? I don't know if that's theirs. Maybe that's Olive Garden. Hey,
Olive Garden.
it's all good in the neighborhood or whatever they say.
Yeah,
It's all good. There is
Maybe
no
don't.
virus. There is no plague. The plague is gone. We beat it. We, Applebee's, beat it. There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
I was about to say, there is no virus in the USA.
Applebee's just had a commercial where it was just, only in text does it say, irresistibles are back. And then it's just like things of like tortilla chips falling and shit.
God.
And then at the very end, it says, focus on safety. And that's it.
Oh,
That's
Here's what
it.
I would love. Here's what I would fucking love out of a commercial from these like motherfuckers is just in your commercials. I get it. You have to make your money. You have to have people come back. Whatever. Like as much as I might morally disagree with that, I understand where they're coming from. In your commercials, have the fucking patrons wearing masks.
That's a good idea.
Those
actually.
subtle things, like, because you don't fucking know. Like, if you don't know if, like, you're, like, maybe you're okay, but then your best friend of all time has asthma or diabetes or cystic fibrosis or fucking Addison's disease or any of these things, these underlying causes that put them at a greater risk. Just have the people in the commercials wear a mask. It's so fucking easy.
Yeah, no, and they weren't. I was going to bring that up as well.
Absolutely not.
No, because, again, love, hate America. Love it and hate it that we successfully made wearing masks a conspiracy theory. We are so fucked.
You know what would have made wearing masks
Hold on, Tay. I'm sorry to cut in on this,
No,
but
it's all
it's
good.
to be fair. It is a little bit sad to see so many people throwing God's perfect breathing system out the door.
Yeah, I put on that mask and I literally can't breathe. Literally, I can't breathe. No, a love hate relationship with America that like we can make a conspiracy out of anything. You give us anything, we instantly conspiracy just the shit out of it. But on the opposite side, something as simple as wearing a fucking mask. It's so fucking easy. You don't have to eat with the mask on. You don't. You can move the mask to eat.
So the one thing that really would have changed the mask debate, I feel like, was instead of saying it protected other people from you, we should have said from the very get-go that it protects you from other people, because Americans are selfish, and that would have stuck.
I think you mean the vice versa of that, but also
What?
most people don't understand that masks don't protect you. Like they don't
No,
understand
exactly. That's
that
what I'm saying.
You wear masks to protect other
You have
people.
to say that it does, though. Otherwise, Americans will do this whole conspiracy theory thing because it's focusing on other people than them.
Tay, we'll conspiracy anything, though. Like, as soon as we say it works for you, then it's like, what are they putting in the masks?
Yeah, it's like it's either what are they
There's
putting in the
fluoride
mask,
in it.
or like it's my right to choose. Just like you Dems love abortion. You love killing those babies and chopping them up with scissors inside the womb. But for me, it's my body, my choice, and I'm going to choose not to wear a mask, and I don't care if I get sick. And it's like, it's not fucking for you, you dumb shit.
Mandatory face masks. What's next? A burqa?
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's so
fucking
real.
damn it. It's not even racial undertones at this
Nope.
point. It's literally just like, hey, here's a racial overtone for something super simple.
You know how they call them dog whistles? Yeah, no, it's just straight up bullhorns at this point.
Yeah. It's like that scene where Bart Simpson puts like 18 bullhorns together and blows up Springfield. It's that.
Hey, remember the time that Trump made new merch and it's literally the Iron Eagle from the Nazi Party? Isn't that a cool timeline that we live in?
That happened?
Oh,
that happened.
absolutely.
I love this great
Holy
country.
shit.
How about the time that they used an inverted red triangle, which is notoriously a Nazi symbol, and posted it exactly 88 times?
Tay, you're getting too caught up in the individual. This is America. We're talking about corporations. So the
Plus,
next
talking about
corporations.
Nazis, Tay, talking about Nazis is not hate, it's history. Okay, it's heritage, not hate.
And you're focusing on the individual. We're talking about corporations because this is America. Next corporation, Budweiser.
Hell yeah. Fuck
My
Yes.
personal favorite.
Give
We
me
all
their
know
good-
that drinking kills the virus, so here we go.
There was zero dialogue in this commercial, but I'm going to explain to you what it was because it kind of was a dog whistle, but a bullhorn. It was a horse that breaks out of its enclosure. It jumps over the fence, like getting out of quarantine. And then
I see the symbolism.
It frees all the other horses. So all of the other horses from around the world that are...
Does it sort of hoof the lock off, or how does that go?
No, it just shows it like, they just kind of lead it out. So it's
No,
this one horse.
They show
that-
the horse getting close to the lock, and then do a camera cut to where there's two gloved hands unpicking the lock, and then cut back to the horse.
So they are just like, this one brave horse is leading other horses from around the world out of their enclosures, and the horses aren't wearing masks. I'll say that.
Some bullshit.
They really should be.
They really should be.
They're the most at risk.
So it breaks out the other horses, and then it ends with share a bud with your buds.
Wow.
Wow.
You're good.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to go with.
That symbolism was super, super non-subtle of just, hey, we're busting you out because it's time to buy our fucking beer. Okay.
Tyler, you've brought up Stanley Kubrick before in this episode, and I think that this is on par with that sort of cinematic storytelling.
Hey guys.
Yeah, it's the symbolism. Everything just works together. The setting, the acting. That horse was such a good actor.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Do you kind of get the feeling that billionaires are starting to realize that the coronavirus is just a genocide that they don't have to pay for?
Yeah. It's like the easiest one. They're just like, we don't have to do anything this time. I mean, we've sponsored every other genocide. We don't even have to buy this one. All we do is spend our normal ad money. But yeah,
The Holocaust, sponsored by Audi.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Rwandan genocide, sponsored by Bud Light. Grab a bud with your buds. So yeah, it was a horse breaking other horses out of their enclosure and then says, share a bud with your buds. And it's like, wow, that was really not subtle. Y'all really just decided, we're kind of sick of this. You know what? We're busting out.
Was the horse white?
It was a Clydesdale. It had white on it.
Okay.
So I don't know what that means, but who knows. And then they had another one, which I really loved because it was a 15-second ad. And this is the last one, and it really is just my favorite thing where Bud Light kind of saw everything that's been going on in America with, police brutality and a plague that's being undermined.
Did they just recreate the Kylie Jenner commercial, but with a Budweiser?
No, even better, honestly. Because they were like, we're not even going to try and stop police brutality. What they did is they're just like, you know what? We see what's going on and we see that everyone is really mad at America. Why don't we celebrate America? The transcript.
Finally.
This summer... Wait, no, I'll just read it in a plain voice so you can just, as if someone tried to say this to you in a conversation.
Yeah, that seems a little bit more appropriate.
This summer, crack open a Budweiser and enjoy the refreshing taste of freedom.
No
Grab
way.
Grab the taste of freedom with our new camo cans.
Oh.
Isn't this funny? Y'all like this?
Grab our camo cans and let them know that you're a free American.
Now conveniently shaped like a boot.
Yeah. No.
Make sure to lick up the side to make sure you don't miss a drop of that golden goodness.
Yeah. This summer, enjoy the refreshing taste of freedom. What does freedom taste like now? Freedom tastes like tear gas and piss.
God. What
I hate this fucking country.
Like,
Ivan, they talking about how much they hate America again.
Oh, I hate America too. Rotten country. Orange man bad.
Yes, capitalist pigs eat the rich.
I just love the, you know what? We've been talking about coronavirus too long. We haven't talked about our troops enough. Camo cans.
Oh, Tyler, I mean, don't even get me started on the troops. I have been seeing a lot of ads for the troops lately. So.
Oh my God, me too. They're
Yeah,
pushing that shit so hard.
They're like, hey, are you bored in quarantine? Come to basic training.
Guess who's always hiring? The armed forces. It's like, I
saw that.
Fuck yourself.
I saw that one.
Destiny isn't a choice or whatever the fuck they're...
Yeah, it was a
What is
Facebook ad.
They try to make them like a video game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, did you lose your job? You know who's always hiring? The Army.
Battles today
I
are
literally
won in
saw one
milliseconds.
that said the U.S. Navy and then : special warfare, as though it was like a Call of Duty logo.
What the fuck,
Oh, special
dude?
warfare. But what do you think that means?
No one fucking knows.
Special warfare? Whoa.
Is that-
Look.
Okay. Oh, God. Anyway, do you want to end the podcast?
Please, thank God, please shoot it in the fucking head. Because now I'm so upset.
I hate this fucking country.
Oh, they got to outro. Might as well skip.
This is America starts rising in the background.
That sure was a lot of fun, wasn't it, folks? Hey, Tyler with Baseless Claims here. You know what isn't fun, though? Police brutality, nationalism that's just very thinly veiled racism, and American exceptionalism. Those are all things that are not fun. Another thing that's not fun is Tay's recording at the end of this podcast. You see, Tay decided, hey, while it's just me talking right now, I should play with a fidget spinner or beads or something that makes a lot of noise really close to my microphone. So the audio is pretty much entirely shot. I can't do anything with it, so I'm just going to give you that outro right now. Tay, if you're listening to this, you did a bad job, and I need you to know that. Thank you to everyone, wherever you listened. We really appreciate you leaving a like, a comment, subscribing to our YouTube channel, subscribing on Apple Podcasts, subscribing on Spotify. Wherever you found this podcast, it would be such a huge help if you subscribed, left a review, left a rating, anything that can get us on the charts or get us into curated lists. As you heard earlier in this episode, the only reason we were able to chart in Kazakhstan was because of reviews and likes and subscribes. So thank you to all of our Kazakhstan listeners. That was incredible, the work that y'all did. So thank you very much. Another thing is we have other YouTube content. We haven't really been able to do a lot during quarantine because we're all responsible adults that have been social distancing. But if you head to our YouTube channel, we have Skyrim content that still goes up regularly, and Baseless Claims is every other Friday. So be sure to tune back in. Thank you all so much for listening, and we will see you next time. And now, here's the last funny haha bit of the outro. There is a fucking plague. You can't just do things normally.
Ivan, they yelled at me. I'm unsubscribing.